Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Insights and Influencers podcast. We are your hosts, Katie Smith
and Gracie Davis.
And this podcast takes you through all things influencing. From brand deals to the insides of influencer marketing, we will have a special guest every episode to discuss it all with us. This week, we have Hillary Grandstaff with us. Hi, Hillary.
Hi.
So you and Gracie are friends through Instagram, right? That's how you guys met?
Yes. So I don't remember who reached out to who.
I think I messaged you. It was like almost a year ago. It was last March.
So cute. Aww.
Yeah.
And we met at the Bean Espresso in Winston-Salem.
Did you guys just like come across each other's like page?
Yeah, I just came across her Instagram, I think, and then I just DM'd her.
Aww, that's so cute.
That's like my I feel like my main social media friend is Hillary.
I feel like you guys are always together.
Yeah,
taking pictures and stuff. So Hillary, you do similar content to Gracie. Can you talk a little bit more about your content specifically? Because we've never really had Gracie go in depth, but maybe you can go in depth because you guys have similar posts and stuff. Yeah.
So my niche is fashion, and I guess I would classify my specific style as very colorful. I wear bright colors. I don't really go towards the darker colors with my outfits and stuff. I like my photos to be bright. I love bright colors, bright outfits, and my style on my page, I like it to be unique, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job of incorporating my own ideas and stuff to my page.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I mean, I've looked at your Instagram before and it's really cute. I feel like you and Gracie both have a really good aesthetic going. But
thank you.
You're welcome. What made you want to start being an influencer and kind of knowing that you wanted to make money off of it? Or did you just start randomly posting the type of content you post now and then you started to get more likes and you were like, oh, I can make something out of this? Or did you go into posting knowing that you wanted to make money off of it?
So one of my old friends, we always, for fun, we would always dress up and go take pictures way before I even started influencing. And one day she was just like, you know what, Hillary, you would be so good at blogging and influencing and posting your life to social media since you love taking pictures so much. And I took her advice and I started doing it. And in the beginning, I was not growing and I started to get down, but I just kept going. And over the span, it's been, I think, 2 years now since I first started. And I'm really glad I took her advice and I just started it because I'd never be where I am now without it. So yes, I went into starting it wanting to eventually get paid collabs and grow my audience and work with different brands. And I'm here now and I'm just so happy that I've actually made it, to this point to where I'm able to get paid collaborations and I'm able to work with amazing brands, and I wouldn't be where I am right now if she wasn't like, Hillary, you'd be perfect for this.
Yeah. So is Instagram your main platform? Because I know you said your friend mentioned vlogging to you. Do you just kind of stick to Instagram?
Yeah, she mentioned blogging, but I'm not a great writer, so I don't ever see myself starting a blog. But Instagram is my main platform. And then I've been trying to work on Pinterest and Like to Know It and TikTok, but I'm not really doing as well on those platforms as I am on Instagram.
So how many followers do you have on Instagram exactly?
33.9.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. So did you notice at any point in the past 2 years a big shift? Was there one post that really started to get your engagement up, or was it kind of just gradual? Because I feel like Gracie, you've talked about before kind of having plateaus and stuff.
Yeah, I can piggyback off of that after Hillary answers.
Yeah,
so I feel like my content really started to do very well in the summertime. I feel like that's when I started to see tremendous growth. I'm pretty sure I hit 10K May of 2022.
Yeah, it was May 'cause we
So
had just come back from the beach.
yeah, Gracie and I were on our beach trip,
Yeah.
and I told Gracie it was one night, and I was like, Gracie, I just know I'm going to hit 10K tonight. I just know it. And then as soon as we woke up, I was just so excited to just look at my phone and see that number because I've worked so hard to get to that point. And I feel like during the winter, my posts weren't doing as well just because I feel like I thrive in the summertime and my posts just always do well in the summertime.
So in the summer, it's just easy because you can vacation and like, go to the beach. Like there's just so many more opportunities and like availability as far as locations and things in the summertime. So I'm excited for summer too. We both hit 10K in the summer because Hillary hit it in May and then I hit it in July.
I remember when you hit it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow, Hillary, you've grown a lot then since, I feel like that's a short period of time to already have like over 30K.
Less than a year
That's
gained
insane.
Almost.
Yeah,
20,
my goal
25,000.
this year, probably by the end of summer, I'm hoping to get 50K. That's my goal this year. So hopefully I can hit that by end of summer. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good goal.
That is a good goal.
Mine is 30K it was by
You'll
the end
get
of
there.
2023, but
You're doing well.
we'll see. Yeah. Hopefully in the summer it will be easier to grow.
Yeah.
Hillary, what do you think is the hardest part about influencing?
I feel like sometimes I feel like it takes up too much of my time because I am a college student and I do work part-time. So I feel like influencing does take a lot of time. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that Gracie and I do that most people like don't think of. They think, oh, we just go out and take pictures. But no, it's like you have to do invoices, you have to edit, you have to plan out your feed, you have to plan out outfits, you have to email brands. And emailing, it takes a lot of time and you really have to read the contracts to know what you're signing up for. And there's a lot of in-depth stuff that goes into influencing that does take up a lot of your time. And to piggyback off that, I feel like I'm on my phone a lot of the time. So sometimes I may take like a weekend off to just not post or not do anything just to give myself a mental break. I feel like that is one of the hardest things, just being on your phone all the time. And, it just takes a lot of time, but I enjoy it and it's something I really love doing. So I don't mind putting in a lot of time and stuff. It just, I feel like most people don't realize it takes so much time and effort.
I agree with you, and especially when you're talking about like the emailing and the contracts and
I feel
stuff.
like whenever we're in, because me and Gracie have like a lot of classes together, and every time in class, Gracie's doing nothing except like
I'm always
answering emails.
Yeah.
Like every time I look over, Gracie's just on Gmail, like responding to somebody.
To brands, yeah. It is time consuming, and I feel like contracts too is a big thing because it's like if you don't fully read the contract, there could be something in there and you don't see it and you're like, what in the world? Or like something that I really dislike about influencing, which I don't know if like I would consider it hard, but when sometimes brands require like hard deadlines as far as like when they want the content, like this specific date, this specific time, and then it's as a college student I have another job too, and it's like hard to manage that, and it's like I can't go out every single day and take pictures and shoot this content and like plan this specific day to post for this specific brand because it's just like I have other things going on in my life too. And I think it will be easier like when I do graduate and hopefully do this full time because that will be all that I'm focusing on. But right now, like Hillary and I are kind of in the same boat as far as like we have other jobs and we have school and like other like even like social relationships and stuff that we need to prioritize, so it can be hard to juggle it.
So do you guys plan on getting management after, when do you want to like grow a little more?
That's a good question. Hillary, you can answer.
Yeah, well, I reached out to a management agency a little bit ago and I never heard a response, but that's the only management that I really would want right now. I haven't really done my research into other management agencies besides that one, and I feel like I should. I don't know. I feel like I should just wait until the end of summer to start looking, or maybe some agencies will reach out to me. But it would help a lot to just have that extra help for them to go through my emails, for them to do that. And I'm willing to compromise with them getting a percentage of my income with paid collaborations, just because I feel like it'd be so much easier to have that help for them to like basically do a lot of the stuff for me. But I just haven't found the right management. But I am interested in getting management eventually, maybe in the next year.
I feel like management can be kind of an iffy topic because it's like you have to find the right one for you, and there's so many, but it's like for each specific influencer, like one may work perfectly for Hillary, but it may not work for me. So it's like finding that one that really works with you, and you know, being able to like trust them and I guess like their management enough that you are giving a percentage of the money that you make to them, and like trusting them that they'll get you the best possible like paid collaborations and etc. But it's hard to find like just the right one for you. And then I kind of wanted to piggyback off of that and talk more about brand deals. So just like, I guess we kind of already talked about the email side of it, but like just Hillary, how do you decide like what brand deals to accept and which ones not to? And like, how do you handle, I guess, like deadlines too, as far as just like shooting and getting everything out and ready to the brand, the ones that you do accept?
Well, it kind of just depends how I go off of like gifted collaborations or not. It kind of depends on like how much, like say if I were to charge $400 for an Instagram post and they don't have a budget, but they're willing to give me $600 worth of clothes. That's something that I would be interested in accepting just because they're giving me more product, you know? And then like a perfect example would be I really needed a mini fridge for my room, and this one brand, they reached out to me and they didn't have a budget, but I really wanted a mini fridge, so I accepted the collaboration. And then going about like getting stuff ready and everything, I have just like a corner in my room where I have like all of the stuff that I need to shoot for. And so once I shoot the stuff or post a story about it or whatever, then I put it away in my closet, so I know that that's done. And then in the beginning, it was very easy for me to forget to do stuff. Like one of the brands, I forgot to send content in for approval. And so ever since then, I have a big whiteboard on my wall that has a full calendar for the whole month. And so I write on there, if I need to send content in for approval, I need to do this and that, all the little lists for everything. Also, I have a little collaboration, like journal book. And so every time I get a gifted collaboration or a paid one, I always write down the brand name, the date, if it's paid or not, and then everything that they're wanting from me. So then I'm not having to go in my email, look for it, go look in the contract. It's just all written down, and it's very easy for me to know everything that I'm supposed to do for that collaboration.
Yeah, that's really smart. I feel like a lot of people kind of have a misconception of influencing. Me and Gracie have topics about this all the time because I find it so fascinating, but especially people with a bigger following, like 100K and stuff, like I can't even imagine how much time goes into it. And then people see on their feeds, like it looks like they're having this like amazing fun life, but like behind the scenes, it actually does take a lot to go into it. And like what you were just saying, like you wouldn't think that you would have to do all that and all that time management and planning, but it is just crazy to hear about how much time and effort goes into making, you know, a name and I guess a life off of influencing.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it because you get rewarded by not only the free clothes and everything, but I mean, I never would have met Gracie if it wasn't for influencing. You know, I never would be like going on these trips and working with these amazing brands. So it is a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think about that all the time too. And I have like my little like influencing journal too. I feel like that's a good way for anyone, like if someone's watching this or listening to this and like wants to be an influencer, like I definitely would recommend from the start just having a little journal, or like I have a little like to-do list from All Things Lillian, and I just write like all my collabs like to do, and I'll do like whatever the brand is, like Princess Polly, one story, one post, and then when I do it, it's like a checklist, so I just like check it off. But that's really been so helpful, and I didn't start doing that until probably like a few months in, after I just felt overwhelmed, and I was like, I can't keep going back to my email every time. Like I was just getting a lot of stuff that I needed to shoot in, and I was like, I need somewhere to just have this on paper in front of me. So having like a journal or like a to-do list or something for collaborations is just so smart, and a good like piece of advice for anyone who's looking to get into this too.
Yeah. So Hillary, I wanted to ask you, what are some notable brands that you've worked with that you want to share? Some cool ones. I feel like Gracie has a lot of cool ones too, so I'm intrigued to hear what, big name brands that you've collabed with.
Yeah, so one brand, well, there's a lot that I really love working with, but Revolve, I worked with Revolve one time,
Love
and
it.
I reached out to Revolve and they kept saying no, no, no. And then eventually they said yes, and I was almost like jumping up and down, a big smile on my face, because I was just so excited. It's like a huge brand, and I was just so excited to work with them. And I haven't heard from them ever since the first time we worked together, but I'm just so happy I at least got to work with them one time, and hopefully I can again in the future. But I would also say Kendra Scott. I love Kendra Scott's jewelry. I would always ask for it for Christmas year after year. And now that I'm on their PR list, it's just so nice. I feel so grateful that I'm able to get this stuff. And it's just because I love these brands so much, and I wore them like way before I started influencing. And also Triangle. I love Triangle's bathing suits. They're the nicest quality ever, and I'm so happy that I get to work with them as well. Let me think. What else? Triangle, Revolve, Kendra Scott, and let me think of one more. Princess Polly's a good one, actually. I love Princess Polly's stuff. I think I've worked with them twice now, but those are just a couple that I really loved working with, and hopefully I can do so again in the future.
It's funny that you said Revolve, because
I was just gonna bring this up.
Literally yesterday I was at the gym and Katie texted me and she was like, you should work with Revolve.
I know, because I was looking for clothes, and the Princess Polly,
Katie won my giveaway.
I won the giveaway. I won the Princess Polly giveaway because I entered on.
Really?
Yes, I entered on every single account that I had. I made my boyfriend enter. Like, I made everybody I know enter on my behalf, and I ended up winning on one of my accounts, which was so fun. But I literally put probably an hour in total into commenting on Gracie's Instagram for that.
It was like
Well,
What?
Did you find a lot of clothes like on Princess Polly? Like, did you already use your gift card?
I did. Yeah, I used it because I'm going on spring break. So I was hoping that they would come in time. Hopefully they do it. They already shipped. They had really fast shipping. So they already shipped it out. Hopefully it comes in time. If not, it's fine, because I just got 2 dresses that I can wear whenever. But it is funny because when I was like ordering stuff off Princess Polly and looking for stuff for spring break, I came across Revolve, and I was like, well, their stuff is too expensive for me at the moment. And I was like, Gracie should take advantage of this. And I was like, you need to reach out to Revolve and see if you could work with them.
I think, Hillary, you had like over 20K when you collabed with them, right?
Yeah, but it was very difficult. I remember reaching out to the email on their Instagram, and then I was forwarded to another email and then another one. I finally got in contact with somebody, and it took about 3 or 4 tries of me emailing them and asking if they had any open collaborations. They would always say no, and then one time they said yes. And then also I didn't have to do any feed posts. I just had to do 3 stories, and I was able to pick like 5 things, but it was very limited to only like certain links. And that part, like, it kind of sucks, but at the same time, like, you're working with Revolve. Like, that's insane. So I was fine with picking those links. And then you had to make a Revolve account. So it's kind of like, how do I explain it? It's kind of like an Amazon storefront. So you're going to link stuff on Revolve's site to your account and then try to have people gravitate towards your account to buy stuff from your account. And then if you have like, I don't know, if you have the most sales for that month, then you'll get like a shopping spree of, I don't know, $800,000 depending on which influencer had the most sales. But you know what? I don't even think I got one sale because Revolve is so expensive. And maybe it's just because I didn't promote it enough. Maybe that's why they're not wanting to work with me again. But yeah. I thought I promoted it very well. I just hope that I do have another chance to work with them in the future.
That's like another thing too. I feel like people don't realize, because when Gracie, you post your stories being like, the engagement is important on this, like those brands want to see like, you know, engagement and that people are interacting with it. But Hillary, didn't you also work with Alani, the energy drink? Or they sent you something?
Yeah.
Gracie told me.
Katie wants Alani so bad.
I am the biggest Alani stan there is. When Gracie told me this, I told her to message them immediately. I drink Alani every single day.
I did message them and they said
my gosh,
no.
they're so good.
I know. I can't believe they sent it to you for free. That's like my dream. But that's why I think it's so cool that you guys, like, to me, everything you mentioned, like Kendra Scott, all things you've used before you started influencing and having a platform. And now you get the opportunities to like get this stuff for free and work with it. And just, I love it. It's so fun.
I know, it just blows my mind sometimes when I just like look over in my little like corner where I have all my collabs. Like, it just blows my mind that like brands are like so willing to give me this stuff. I feel so thankful because, you know, my sisters, like I have two sisters, and they're always like freaking out whenever I get like new stuff. And sometimes I know they can't really like, they don't get the same amount of stuff that I do. And so I try to give them most of the stuff that I don't want anymore instead of trying to sell it, just because they don't really go shopping that much. They don't really, you know, like I never really had like a budget to spend for clothing before influencing. I just found stuff in my closet to promote. But also, yeah, they're so happy whenever I give them stuff. And, you know, I don't even know where I was going with this, but
no, it's so nice that you can help other people too. Like Gracie gets a bunch of stuff for us too in like our room, and
my mom.
Yeah, she literally just got my boyfriend a polo for his birthday. Like, it's so cool how you can help other people too, because you have so many great opportunities. But I did want to ask you, Hillary, what advice would you give to somebody trying to start their influencing career?
I would say to not give up, because even to this day, one of my posts will do very well, and then the next post will do very badly. And I feel like sometimes I'm hard on myself, but my family and my boyfriend, they're always like, Hillary, just don't give up. Like, it's not just going to be a straight line. It's going to be rocky, like up and down. It's never, all of your posts are going to do well. Some are going to do good. Some are going to do bad. So just don't give up, and just to be consistent, because eventually you'll see that growth. I didn't think I was going to see growth, and then a year of putting effort and time into growing my Instagram and trying to get that growth, I got that growth. And so, yeah, I would just say be consistent, be authentic, be unique, and just don't give up.
I totally feel you on that. Consistency is key, I feel like, in this field, and I mean, in a lot of things in life, but that's when I think I started seeing the most growth, and I think you started seeing the most growth, is just being consistent and being your authentic self, because that's what people really follow you for. But if you have any other questions for us, or if you have anything else that you want to say, go for it. But if not, we are so thankful that you were able to come on.
Yes, thank you,
Insights
Hillary.
and Influencers today, and we're just glad that we had you on the podcast.
Yes, and
Yeah.
to everybody listening, make sure to follow our Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. It's all the same, Insights, the letter N, Influencers. And make sure to follow Hillary too. Hillary, do you want to drop your @?
Yeah, so it's Hillary.Grand. Hillary with 2 L's.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Yes,
so much for
thank you,
coming
Hillary.
on our podcast. And
Yeah, of course.
everyone, follow along with Hillary and our social medias to keep up with what's going on in the insights and influencers world.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.